show to glow. Life stories wild like a late night dream. We're spilling the tea and it's hot like steam. Bruddc and Kitty, we're here to play. Life and gossip every single day. Laugh a little louder, who needs control? It's the Bruddc and Kitty show. From trending news to the tales untold. Spinning the wheel, let the stories unfold. Catch us in the vibe where the chatter grows. With a pair that keeps you on your toes. What's the buzz? What's the word? Spill it fast, haven't you heard? Bruddc and Kitty, we're here to play. Life and gossip every single day. Laugh a little louder, who needs control? It's the Bruddc and Kitty show. Truth or dare, we're taking the leap. Stories that'll make you laugh or weep. Tune in now, let the fun explode. This is your stop, it's the Bruddc code.
Kitty, move to the side before I've done my intro. I don't know what I've done. Oh, it's just you. Are you being? Oh, wait a minute. I'll sort it out from my side. I sort it out because you are probably central, lovely on your side. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, babe. Put me where I should be.
Righty ho. What is up, good people? You're watching the Bruddc and Kitty show. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, Kitty. How are you doing on this fabulous Tuesday? How are you feeling? You're feeling great, aren't you? You feel the juices flowing. You feel amazing. Tell me about it.
Oh, I'm feeling fine. You know when a woman says, I'm feeling fine, you know she's not. But I think it's the come down after Christmas and the come down after New Year, and it's like that, oh, here we go again. You know, it's that New Year blues. I can only think it's that. But today, because I can't get to the gym as much as I'd like to because Mia's at home so much and whatever, I've bought one of those twisty things off TikTok, and I've also a stepper.
Yep.
So that's coming. So no matter what, I'm always going to be able to get my little workout and my stretches and everything in.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. The most important thing is when you don't go to the gym is having that daily basic that you can do. If you can't get going, just do your daily basic. I like to do 300 press ups, and that's my sort of guilty pleasure. But it's very frustrating when you can't get. It's just when you get that. I've got that man flu at the minute, so it's just obviously I'm dying.
Obviously.
Yeah. So struggling with man flu at the minute and just fighting through it. You know, before I am a lot better because when I used to get sick before, I used to take I never used to take paracetamol. I used to refuse to take it, especially after Donald Trump and all that and and JD Vance. Joking there. Yeah, I never used to take it. I used to suffer in bed, but I used to be in bed for about 3 weeks sometimes with that man flu. Now I just sort of take the paracetamol, drink loads of fluid, loads of hot drinks, and you know, it just sort of gets you through it. But welcome, guys. As you're watching the Bruddc and Kitty show, we've got a few videos to watch. Good afternoon, specialist. Shout out to you, bro. Just as I was sat here with you at the minute, a couple of headlines broke. Let's go with the first one. Let's go, the most interesting one. That Swiss bar fire that killed 40 people, that building hadn't been inspected in over 15 years. There's been there's been no fire inspections. I think let me just confirm that's right. It's 15 years or 20. I can't remember exactly what. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, but basically no fire inspections in years. Let's just say over 10 years. Let's just say that to be safe. Was it 5 years? I don't know. It says I can't remember what it says. It said I thought it said 5. I thought it said 15 years, but never mind.
That's terrible.
Definitely, it wasn't inspected anyway. We know that, like, you know, the building wasn't inspected. That killed 40 people.
That's awful. 40 people may have died by negligence and omittance, I suppose, of not getting that up to code. We don't know whether it was allegedly not up to code.
Yeah,
because it can't be, because things have changed in the last 5-10 years so much. People have learned so much from accidents and things that have happened. You know, things have changed. So you're not telling me that people might say there was nothing wrong with the building. It would have passed, but you don't know that, do you? And there's a possibility that
It was well done, Swiss. It was 5 years. Let's get it straight. It was 5 years. 5 years, no inspection. Specialist, I can't get you in on TikTok on here. If you want to come in, you'd have to come in through the link. I'm more than happy to send you the link if you want to come in and join us again. This is an interactive show, guys. You are all welcome. You're angry man. Who's angry? Ice Blue. What are you angry about? Oh, the inspection. 5 years, no fire inspection.
that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
Me?
disgusting.
I'm not angry.
40 people have lost their lives, and then there's those that possibly are injured as well. So they're not even being counted. You're not telling me injuries as well, smoking inhalation and so on and so forth. And it could be because of the lack of that, and that's terrible. That's terrible. That's disgusting.
No. It might be the same one. 1 second, buddy. The specialist is going to come in again. Going to come in to give his unique point of view. I think the fans liked him on TikTok yesterday.
They did, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly came in. They do like someone to come in and something different as well. And let's get him in. Let's get him in.
Because we were both intrigued in listening. We
were definitely. It's all about listening when you've got a new guest and stuff coming in and stuff. So this is what I mean, guys. We want more people coming in. We want you to take part in it. We don't care what your expertise is. Come in, join the party, and have your say in the videos and stuff.
Just, if nothing else, just to shut this gobby bird up.
She said that, not me. All right, so we got specialists coming in. What else did I see? Okay, the government have ordered Elon Musk they're clamping down. They want him to clamp down on deep fakes because it's becoming a bit of a cesspool. Well, it's always been a cesspool, but it's becoming much worse now. People are putting celebrities' heads on videos. And welcome, specialists. Welcome, Sebastian.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for letting me join again.
No problem.
You guys are amazing, and it's worth going on platforms like this because you guys are pure, genuine, and direct and concise in what you guys say.
Well, we tried to be. We do try to be, and
Yeah, I think the key is always going to be listening, because, as I've always said, my dad's always taught me that if you don't know something, you look like an idiot.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to admit when you get something wrong. A lot of people are afraid to get things wrong. One of the things we kind of pride ourselves on is if you're saying something, you're not saying it to be malicious or to put false information out there. It's just what you heard or what you thought you heard, and and it's good. Like specialists just came in, just confirmed the amount of years that it took for that building hadn't been inspected. 5 years, 10 years, no matter what, you end up with a fire that kills a load of people. It's a big problem, no?
Yeah, it's gonna be one hell of as well. Remember, it's cool. But no, it won't be the insurance because the insurance will be cancelled, won't it?
It'll be invalid. So I'm assuming maybe legal action against, but he'll just declare bankruptcy anyway. To be fair, won't he? Whoever owns the building.
But what I'm surprised is the country where this has happened. Unbelievable. Sweet. That country's on point in everything they do. When I mean everything, I mean everything. I go there often. It's just I was when I read that article, I thought it was a misprint. I thought, no, this can't be true. But it is true. No inspection. So there's going to be a lot of the government. They're going to pay millions and millions of pounds to the lost.
Will it be because if it's privately owned, surely the government aren't responsible for a fire.
Yeah, but if a establishment is not insured, for example, let's say your car is not insured, and I hit you, your car's not insured, you hit me, It's called MIB, Motor Insurance Bureau. Yeah, where cars which are hit by non-insured drivers, after 2-3 years you get your money. But this is a total different scenario. So if that property is not insured for that kind of stuff, what's happened, then the government is liable
Wow. Wow.
because they have given, you know, the building went through the government, as in transaction, etc., tax, etc. So they will have to pay, but they're not bothered about money. They've got more money than God sends. But it was tragic. 40 people, 5 years no inspection. That's like saying that your local takeaway, that nobody's gone to your local takeaway from your local council to do a hygiene check if they're doing the proper work
Yeah.
for 5 years.
Just absolutely terrible. Like you're saying, it's not only that there's 40 people lost their lives. We don't know how many were injured. We don't know how many have had smoke inhalation. We don't know how many, have got burns and so on. They're just saying that 40 have passed, so that we know that the numbers could get bigger, really. And it's all through negligence, possibly.
Well, definitely some negligence. The story of the day. We kind of missed it yesterday. Dorian Puka, a Albanian man, convicted of burglary twice. He's come back to the country, and we can't deport him. It's been 3 years. We are unable to deport him, and he's taunting us on social media, driving around in Ferraris, in flashy cars, showing himself up in nightclubs. He's loving life.
Yeah, big time. My boy's living life. He's on one, and he's showing the world. Look at what we're doing. Look at what we're doing. I think it's atrocious, and I think that people are going to be up in arms. Really, they're going to, and quite rightly so.
Yeah, 3 years. 3 years. They would. I saw this story on the GMTV this morning, and Susanna was asked. They had the immigration minister on, and he's meant to be the head of it, and she asked him about it, and he said he didn't know nothing about the case. He didn't know nothing about the case, and then she was like, "You're the immigration officer, and you don't know the details about this case. It's a very high profile case." And then he was really useless. She asked him a lot of questions, and for him to be the top in his job role, like he just looked real bad. Like I forget his name, but
I didn't realise that Keir Starmer was a human rights lawyer. I mean, I spoke to you about this yesterday. I didn't realise that he was a human rights, and he's one of the reasons that we've got some of these absolute beasts in this country that spout sort of death to the West on street corners. And he's the reason that they're here, and some of them are claiming benefits, which I think is absolutely appalling. And then when you hear his sort of stance on immigration and things like that, it now makes sense a little bit more, because obviously that was his job, that was his bread and butter at one point. Well, it was more than bread and butter; it was Ferraris. Night.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. I would like to know if he was given any money to leave. Because we know that is a thing that they do. They give them between £500 and £3,000 to leave the country instead of fighting on through human rights. I would also like to know why and whether he's getting legal aid right now.
Our country is just so soft. People are just laughing their asses off us. To be honest with you, they're literally laughing their ass off. There's the problem when we take people from really hardened countries and stuff, like and they see our laws, like honestly, we're just a laughing stock in terms of stuff like that. Can you imagine if Donald Trump, if this was America and this guy was taunting Donald Trump? Within half an hour, this guy would be deported. You'd see him on a plane like that Venezuelan president in handcuffs.
I couldn't believe they put him in leg shackles as well.
Yeah.
That's demoralizing, isn't it? That is like you say, if it was Donald Trump and somebody was taunting him, he would demoralize you. He would absolutely teach you a lesson. You do not do this to this country. And this is where I go back to the fact that sometimes I like the idea of somebody like Donald Trump or somebody like Putin or someone like, sorry, I can't remember the Chinese.
Is it Zhili Zhang or something like that?
Somebody that's got the balls to go, you don't do this in my country, mate. Sorry. Like we've talked about those people that went into a shopping centre in Russia and shot up the place and killed however many people. And when they turned up in court, their ears missed, bruised, battered, kicked, whatever. We have a law system in this country that is basically screaming to be taken advantage of. And I think before we do anything else, start saying, oh, we need to sort out the migrants, we need to sort out this, we need to sort out that. I think one of the things we need to sort out is rights and looking at the laws. Because basically, right now, there are people taking advantage of our law system, and it's not fair. It's not fair to those people that are here. It's not fair to those people that want to fight, like for something simple like the custody of my children. And they can't because they go to work. Yet there's a guy riding around in possibly, allegedly, in a Ferrari, taking us to court for human rights to stay here after he's broken the law twice and been sent home twice.
We're talking about that Dorian Puka, the Albanian guy that convicted twice of burglary, deported twice. He's back, and it's been 3 years now, and we still aren't able to deport him. He keeps using loopholes in the ECHR, and yeah.
The problem is, okay, is this country is democracy, which every country needs. But sometimes you got to cross the bridge. What I mean by that is you have to be tougher. With this country, the laws are like sponge. Where people like, for example, the guy you're talking about, he's taking the tea biscuit and the cake. He's taking the piss because he knows he can get away with it. And it only takes 30 days to change the law. Why don't they change the law? Because it's all about money. That's the problem.
It's the solicitors and the human rights lawyers.
Yeah.
Money. And so and as I was saying, I didn't realise that Keir Starmer used to be one of these people, when now it makes more sense of why he's, letting these laws slide. These need to be changed.
Yeah.
Like Bruddc said, had he have done this to Donald Trump, Donald Trump would have had him in shackles, sort of, dressed probably like Hannibal Lecter, being wheeled out of the country. No, mate, you're not here. We don't want that. You can't break into people's houses twice, be sent home twice, possibly with money in your pocket, and then come back and then...
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that if he was paid every time he left? That's why he keeps coming back.
Kitty Starmer was the head of the CPS. Do you know that?
I understood that.
He was the head of the CPS.
I mean, the rumour I heard, this is true, allegedly he was the head of the CPS when the Jimmy Savile thing was brought.
Yeah, it's all covered up. You see, he shouldn't even be, I don't know if you guys know, but he should have been gone last year.
I personally, whether that is true or not, that is one of the reasons.
No, not Jimmy Savile. Sorry to interrupt. You got Jimmy Savile. Yes, that was the cover up. But the main cover up for him was the man who he's been seeing in London. Okay, let's get to the chase. Let's get to the point.
Are you referring to the pictures with Keir Starmer with a young man?
Bro, my man has been seeing this guy for a long time. Yeah, and the guy, they were Tango and Cash, trusted each other. Blah blah blah. Something happened, and my man said, "Listen, I'm going to go to the media and tell them." Obviously, he's the Prime Minister. All he has to do is make one phone call to the MI6, etc., blah, blah, blah. So through my sources, he was given a substantial amount of money, a new identity, a new passport, and he's gone to a different country.
Can I just get this right? What are we saying that he's allegedly? Are we outing it?
No, there are pictures. There are pictures online. It's quite well known. There are pictures online of him with some guy, and apparently they were lovers.
You know, he. Why would you go to a guy's house? Yeah, who the whole world knows that he's gay, and he was going in the night, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and this is not like once or two times. This is going on for years.
We're Philip Schofield in him.
Yeah, same thing. So they got millions. Either he gets zero, but the prime minister will be dethroned, or he gets all the money and leaves the country. And he thought, you know what? If I tell the world that I'm his boyfriend and he's married with children, I'm going to destroy a marriage. So I might as well take the money and run. So I don't blame him. Come on, my friend.
Some people will say though, like
Yeah.
you said that Keir Starmer shouldn't even be in charge of the country and stuff. Some people will say that is it real? I know in terms of politics it's a big deal, but is it really a big deal that some guy he had a sneaky link or something like that with another man?
No, but when you are the head of the Crown Prosecution Service in this country, United Kingdom, 65 million people, okay, you trust him. So
you're saying that he's transparent.
So if he's married with children, so if he can do that to his wife, what did he do at the CPS? Like, he covered up Jimmy Savile. He knew about it. He covered it up, etc. I don't want to go into it because it makes me sick, because it's all to do with cover up and money. That's it. Like yesterday, money. Money talks and bullshit walks.
Bottom line, on everything is always going to be about money. There is no doubt in my mind. Everything we spoke about yesterday, everything we will speak about in the future, the bottom line is always going to be about money and greed. And it sickens me that people will put a price on life. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a price for life, and even down to pharmaceuticals, there's a price for life, and it just annoys me, that does.
Here it is. I'll find it. Here you go. One second. I was sorry, guys. I weren't being rude. I was looking for the picture. This is quite an interesting picture. 1 minute.
I think his name is Ali. Ali, if I recall.
Okay.
I think his name's Ali. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. In my head, he's got an Asian name.
Oh, he likes a bit of spice, does he? The PM, like it.
Yeah. 1 minute. I've sent it to you, Key, but I'm going to put it up. I've done only just so I can put it up. It's fine. You're talking total nonsense as per usual. What are we on about here? Confirm what we're saying, sir.
Yeah, which one?
Which one is it? Is it me, or is it Kitty, or who's talking nonsense today?
Probably me.
Desktop. Right, so I'm just getting this picture up of Keir Starmer. And
it was unbelievable that he covered up the Jimmy Savile when he knew. He was told.
Well, this picture might explain a few bits.
Oh yeah, it's called. I told you, receipts.
Can you see who that young man is with Jimmy Savile there? That's a young Keir Starmer.
Tell you a story about Jimmy Savile. True story. Got it from my dad, so it must be true, right? My dad used to be like used to be a doorman back in the day in Bournemouth, and Jimmy Savile used to be coming DJing. We're talking in the 60s, 70s, and he walked in one night, and his security said to my dad, "Any young people that come in, send them over to Jimmy." And my dad knocked him out and said, "Get out and take him with you." Coming in. And after that, I remember as a child saying to my dad, "Oh, I'm going to go on Jimmy Savile and meet 5 Star." And he went, "You're not, You're not." But then he did say to me when it all come out, maybe if he'd have sent me and let me go, Jimmy Savile was the soul in his life, because believe me, if he me, there'd have been murders. But yeah, true story.
But
Everybody knew. Everybody knew. And I remember a story in the News of the World in the 90s coming out, and it was out in all these celebrities. And one of them, they didn't give the names, but they described them. And one of them was a DJ, a famous DJ that, you know, worked on this, and this, and Top of the Pops. And obviously my dad went, that's Jimmy Savile. And then another one I remember was something to do with the show. Now, I'm not going to say any more than that. But we do know there has been a certain arrest been made times. You know, a pop star that, and they said in the shadows.
All right. Let's move on to the next video. What we got here? Okay, so we've got some interesting old school sort of comedy videos that popped up. Trigger warning, guys. These are old school videos, so they're a bit they're a bit tasty. Let's just say I didn't see anything really that bad of it, to be honest with you. But let's have a look and see. Here's the first one.
Won't work, sunshine.
What won't work?
Me and Mrs. Hollenberry adopting you.
Why won't it work? I'll be a good son to you.
Shut up!
I promise, Daddy, I will.
We're too old, aren't we? Won't let old people adopt. They won't let old people do anything.
Can't we say we're his real parents?
And then we got one more.
Are they treating you all right, Sambo?
Oh, no complaints.
Any problems, refer them to me. Man, you blackies are well catered for when it comes to handling yourselves.
We can look after ourselves if that's what you mean, huh?
Oh, you can handle yourself, you Collins.
Hey, you're not kidding. It's nature's gift. They've got all the right equipment.
Yes, what is it we've got?
You've got the head. The head. There's nobody can knock people like a Sambo. I ought to know I've nutted a few in my time. Comparing my head with a true chocolate drop, it's like comparing a grape with a conker.
Some old school banter. School banter, let's just say.
And it was old school banter, but I admit that these words are now obsolete as such.
I don't think he said anything that bad, to be honest with you. I think you'd still get away with that today as a in your stand up. He didn't really say anything. What did he say? A Sambo? There's a lot worse things you can. Black comics use a lot worse words. Let's just say when they're talking, they describe each other.
Into 2025, I haven't heard those words for absolute years. And I used to hear them.
Can you see me? I've disappeared.
Yeah, no, we can see you. We can see you.
Oh, I can't see myself now. Okay, no problem.
But
we can see you.
They're words that are obsolete, but I wonder, would you be able to get away with them today? Do you think you would? I think that just...
Really? I'll be sued. I'll be arrested.
Wouldn't you?
I will be arrested.
This was Saturday Night TV, some of this.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I remember Alf Garnett, especially Marigold, when he moved in with Marigold. That was absolutely hilarious. I suppose there was a lesson in it, love thy neighbour. Alf Garnett became so close with Marigold that, Marigold was his carer and whatever. But the names, I mean, I went down the rabbit hole this morning and I heard the C word quite a few times.
You weren't watching Man United, were you?
Yeah,
I'm not talking about see you next Tuesday. I'm talking about COON.
Oh, okay.
I heard that several times. And like I say,
I still think coconut's a safe word to say, Kitty. I don't think we're quite there yet, And to be honest with you, I had a lot of black people calling me that because I'm quite open with a lot of what. Oh, a coon, yes. That one. Oh, a coconut. Okay, I'm with you. I still don't. I think that's more of an old. I don't really. You see, a lot said at the minute when words are used to sort of like scold someone of color, let's just say, and I don't think there's many words that really trigger us, but there's principle. Like this is a lot of the time people, like, you know, you get a lot of people that say, oh, you can't say anything anymore, and I can't, it's freedom of speech, I should be able to say whatever I want. If two men meet each other and and someone disrespects each other with words, doesn't even have to be about color. I could call you a prick. That's fight talk. Let alone if I call you anything really sort of personal. And it's not that the person's really deeply offended by it. It's just that on principle, when two men meet each other, you've got to come with respect, or violence could happen. That's just the nature of being a man, I would say. Wouldn't you say, Sebastian?
Yes, you know, you called me chapati yesterday. Did I take offense to it? No. I thought it was fun there.
Well, it's like people calling me the tallest chinky in the world.
I meant you di lomba Puka I'm kacanya. Yeah, you do look Chinese, lama.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Because
Trust me, she don't speak it, mate. She's cockney as hell. She don't know a word, mate. So I wouldn't waste it.
Okay, lah.
I'm a proper scouse. Do you know what I
Wow,
mean?
well, I like the way you just I like the way you just did that. Went straight to Chinese. I forgot that you speak fluent Chinese there.
But the thing is, it's like somebody calling me the tallest chink in the world. I don't get offended by it. But more offended if you turn around and said, you know, but I think sometimes it's the way you say things, isn't it? And it's the banter. Sometimes it could be banter.
Yeah.
You know, I remember once I was going to go on a date with a German guy, and the lads at the football were like, "Oh, it'll be a spare rib Frankfurter shop," and things like that. You know, there was those sort of jokes, and there was banter. But I don't think you could get away with that sort of humour. I just don't think. Never mind Americans' pussy.
Yeah. So I suppose at the minute this is quite a good opportunity to get you on. I know you're a Muslim yourself, Sebastian. What are you? How is the sort of Muslim community taking to sort of like the rhetoric now on social media, where basically anyone does something wrong and it's every Muslim's at fault for it? How are you adjusting to life under this?
The far right, etc. Was basically how we are looking at it. Like, for example, my father. When I graduated and the next day I went to Hong Kong, he said to me, listen, work hard, because one day this country's going to throw you out. This was 1991, my friend. Yeah? He goes, one day, I'm telling you, and I said, what do you want me to do? He goes, you just make money, send it over to me, and I'll deal with the rest. I went, okay, fine. He says, obviously, my parents are from Kashmir, born and bred there. He says, now let's build an empire over there. I said, why should I build an empire over there for? I'm not interested. This is, you know, there's no law in that country. You know, the people are the law. You know, in Pakistan, for example, if you unalive somebody, you get arrested, you go to the police station, 5 hours later, the family will come pay the inspector £1,500 and you're released. Is that a country? Is that law? I goes, I don't want to invest in there. He goes, listen, mate, those things are going to improve over time, which they have. But regarding your question, the Asian community, they have seen racism since they were born. We're used to it, so it doesn't bother us. Honest to God, it doesn't bother us. Like, for example, I went with a English lady to a pub in towards Yorkshire for Sunday lunch, and it was Spot the Black as soon as I walked in. And I thought, oh, because I love that kind of thing. It makes me amazing. It gives me more strength and positivity. And everybody was looking at her saying, what are you doing with this chapati?
What?
I could read their minds, their body language. I've studied it. And I was thinking, okay, pals, no problem. And obviously she doesn't know, she can't see what I can see because I'm Asian, she's English, she's white. So, you know, and then afterwards I said to her, did you notice anything, you know, the last 2 hours in this pub? She goes, no. But it's not her fault. She doesn't know. But the thing is, I read every single person is, what the hell are you doing with him? That was in their head. And if they had an opportunity to unalive me or damage me, they would have done it. And there were, people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, etc., go for Sunday lunch.
How much are you open to, like, because I can certainly relate, when I go into certain places, if I'm the only black. Testing. Who's doing that? Is that you? Okay. Yes, I can certainly relate when I. Oh, who's got sound? Someone got sound. Turn that down. Woo. Yeah. Okay. Are we good? Okay, I'm good. Start again. I can certainly relate, let's just say,
Yeah.
when I walk into certain places, if I'm the only sort of black person in the thing, whether people are giving me certain vibes. Like a classic example, me and Kitty went and covered the London March sort of situation. The London March with Tommy Robinson's one. We went and covered it, interviewed people and stuff there. And I could certainly read the room. And most people were quite kind and nice. There were one or two idiots, as you would expect. But sometimes I think to myself, maybe sometimes I'm open. Sometimes I want to think to myself, it's not just what I think it is. Maybe I'm a bigger guy. Like, maybe it's something totally different. Like, so are you open to maybe think, because you said a lot of them felt like they wanted to kill you or wanted to hurt you?
Yeah, all of them, every single one, male and female, but they were just disgusted. She was a very pretty lady, don't get me wrong, but, I deliberately went there. Because I thought, I want to teach you something which you don't know. Then when afterwards I told her, she went, no way, are you being serious? I went, yeah. Because what I encountered today, I've been encountering that every day of my life.
So
But
you don't think that was a little bit of paranoia? I think that's what we're trying to say. Because not everybody thinks like that. Not everybody. I wouldn't have. If you'd have walked in that pub and I'd have been there, I wouldn't have been thinking like that.
yeah, I know, but I totally agree with you, Kitty. But the point is, when you got 60, 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds having lunch on a Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, their mentality is different. Their mentality is different because the way they've been brought up, which I haven't got an issue with. But when it comes to skin, then then I have an issue. But I understand what you're trying to say.
I
But
don't think you can say everybody. That's what I'm saying. You can say there were people in there that didn't.
yeah. I retract that. I'm sorry. There was a lot of people who thought, "Wow, you know what is he doing with her?" But for me, there's no problem. People like that inspire me. Like when you go on TikTok, yeah, you go live, and people hate you, and they're in the comments. I actually love trolls. Trolls are amazing people. You know why? Because they are nobodies. That's why they're a troll with a fake account. The losers. Yeah? So if they were no people, they'll have a normal account with their picture on, etc., etc. But the trolls, they keep me going. They keep me awake. I love them.
Yeah, I don't really get that many trolls. People come in and they'll say stuff, but most of the time someone comes in, they're trying to say something really sort of degrading to me, and I'll just laugh. Like, I'll find it quite funny, like, and then they become my biggest fans. To be honest with you, they start watching my stuff, sharing my stuff, typing comments and stuff. So I'm quite open, and obviously as well, I do feel sorry for a lot of them as well, because there might be reasons why they can't show their face. They might have a high-powered job. Like, you'll be so surprised to who these people are. Like, sometimes, there's been so many documentaries of trolls and stuff like that, like, and some of these people are like really well-to-do people. They're just bored out of their mind. They've got a really good job, and this is what gets them going, sort of thing on the side. Some people, to do a whole lot of things.
I don't. I mean, I get loads. I get absolutely loads. They really come for me. I mean, that. You've seen. In fact, I think the most you got was when I was on one of your lives with you, when we went to that rally. I get it all the time. Were you born a woman? You're overweight. You're this. You're old. You're ugly. I get all of that. Right? It's when I first started. It's quite You know,
Yeah.
It gets to you.
I get what Sebastian's saying. Sometimes it's what spurs you on to be better. You know, I'm just going to rise above it, and I'm just going to sort of. I'm lucky though, and Bruddc always says, because I'm what they call passable white, so I don't get the racism. I don't get racism at all. I just get pure hatred, just hatred, because I'm a woman and I'm confident. Also, they think I'm confident, and they don't like.
Good afternoon, Keith. Good afternoon.
You know, misogynistic people will
Yeah.
don't like it. Just don't like it.
I understand what you're saying. I mean, a lot of Asians, yeah, they have English names. My name is Sebastian.
Yeah.
That's not my real name. Okay. Now, I've used Sebastian for many, many years. When I used my name, my Muslim name, put the phone down.
Yeah.
So I thought, I need to do something different.
In terms of what field? Sorry, in terms of like selling online or something like that? Or...
No. Job interviews, everything.
Okay.
Everything. Business, job interviews, everything. So I used my name, Sebastian. And when I used my name, I got rejected. And I was the best. Nobody could, like if I went for an interview for a job and they said to me, right, okay, what do you bring to the table? I say, well, I worked for a company with 2,500 people and I was the number one salesman for 4 years, solid. Month in, month out. Here's the records. Here you go. A big, massive company with the receipts and the accolades and everything. So if I use my Muslim name, I went to got the job interview because I used Sebastian. When he rang me, he says, "Is that Sebastian?" I went, "Yeah." But when I went there, he saw this chapati, this tandoori. He's thinking, "Hold on a minute, what's going on here?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm the top salesman, mate, in Nottingham, because I live in Nottingham. Because I'm the top salesman in Nottingham, mate." And he thought,
I'm Nottingham as well.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah.
I told you earlier.
Yeah. You told me earlier, yeah. And so the guy's thinking, I've got this guy here, and I've given him my CV, etc. He has to give me the job. There's no way two ways about it. And he gave me the job. But if I sent my CV in with my full name, etc., I wouldn't have got an interview. And that's what Asians, like, for example, now they're using English names because
not just Asians as well. Like
no,
probably a lot of people, even Polish people. Polish people call themselves.
Different people, all people from all walks of life. They don't use their real name.
Yeah. PBD, Patrick Bet David, I'm sure you know who he is. He told a story the other day of, obviously he's Iranian, and he's got a massive insurance company. He was pitching to this company for a really big deal, and he sent his wife to do the negotiations, and his wife said to him, the guy said to his wife, "Oh, do you trust Iranians?" And she's like, "My husband's Iranian." And Patrick, he heard about it. He called the guy into the office and he was like, "Right, I know you don't like me, blah, blah, blah." And then he told him his accolades, like, told him his credentials.
I know.
He said, "Look, I'm the man." And the guy walked out and said, "All right, I'll give you a year to prove it to me," sort of thing. So he got a chance. So sometimes you do need to come in with a bit of a Peter.
Yeah, Patrick. He's very successful in what he did, etc. Is it? I used to watch him. I used to watch his podcast until last month when I found out that he just despises Muslims, etc., etc. So I don't want to get into that anyway. But
no, I think I get the same impression. I get the same lately, and women as well, especially and women. He seems to have a real problem with the way he was. Like his face would sort of snarl up when he was talking about Kamala Harris. Sorry, I don't want to say Kamala. It's Kamala Harris. But the way his face and he got really during the campaign, sometimes you can't hide that hatred that you have in your face for something like. You try, but you can't hide it when people are watching you. It's like when Piers Morgan says that he's a liberal or something like that. Everyone comes on and says, Piers, you're far right, you're just not far right, but you're like a Trumper basically.
Yeah, because the thing is, with Patrick, he's controlled by the Zionists. All his investors are Zionists, so he's all in Israel. Yeah, period. File closed.
I've got to say, he does say that he doesn't take no money from Israel. In his defense, he
No,
does.
but why does he need to take money from Israel? Because his investors are Israeli businessmen. Okay, if you do your diligence, he doesn't get money from Israel. He gets money from Israeli Americans who are living in America or other countries, and they've invested millions and millions of dollars in his company. So, do you think a man, if you had a company and Kitty, Miss Chinese, invest all that millions into your company, are you going to say Chinese that Kitty, the Chinese lady, Chinese people are bad? No, you're not. You're going to say that the Chinese people are the best in the world, for example. Kitty, this is my sense of humor, yeah? So just,
Well, no, don't worry, sweetheart. No, don't.
yeah. So so you're not going to go against your own investors, are you?
If after this debate, Kitty claims that she's been racially abused, that'll be funny, wouldn't it? For being half Chinese.
No, listen, there's nothing you can say to me that racially that would upset me. I love my heritage. I really, really do. I love the fact that my granddad came over on a boat in 1943. I love it. He came
Where did you come from, Kitty? If you don't mind me asking.
He was
Sorry?
Shanghai. And I love all of this. I love the fact that my mum was in the inner six happiness because they needed, Chinese children to traipse through a Welsh village to make Ingrid Bergman look good. I love all this. The first time I've sort of ever felt it was when I went to a funeral with my family in Liverpool. And it was a predominantly white funeral. And we were sort of sat in the corner. The Hungies were all sat in the corner. So it was like, it's the first time I sort of clocked it.
Guys, as we're just having a chit chat now, do you guys want to go straight over to TikTok and you can just join me over and just to come into my live and we'll go live through TikTok now, so you can go live in your channels and stuff.